Welcome to the Faith and Gratitude Speaker Series, an educational program designed to bring you new insights on cancer wellness. We focus on practitioners and specialists that have an integrative, holistic approach to treating cancer and want you to have the opportunity to hear their views firsthand. This series is part of our ongoing commitment to providing empowerment and education to cancer patients during treatment and beyond. Today, Nathan Crane, natural health researcher, author, and award-winning documentary filmmaker, will share his inspirational message of faith, gratitude, and hope. Listen as he offers various complementary modalities to help treat and prevent cancer.
I'm Nathan Crane. I'm a certified holistic cancer coach and have worked with thousands of cancer patients around the world for the past decade plus, and I am happy to be a part of the Faith and Gratitude Speaker Series and to share with you some really empowering solutions for dealing with a cancer diagnosis. So one of the things I love about the Faith and Gratitude nonprofit itself is those two words. Those are two of the most important words somebody needs to embody when dealing with cancer: faith and gratitude. You know, over the years of interviewing and learning from literally hundreds of cancer conquerors and functional medicine practitioners and some of the top integrative medical doctors in cancer from around the world, there are commonalities in people who thrive, not only survive, but thrive from a cancer diagnosis. And these are people I love to call cancer conquerors. And faith and gratitude are certainly two of those important mindsets that they embody. But there's a third word that I want you to think about. And that third word is hope. There is no such thing as false hope. Dr. Francisco Contreras told me this many years ago when I was interviewing him, that when dealing with cancer, you can't give a cancer patient false hope. You have to have hope. You have to have hope that it can get better. You have to have hope that you'll find solutions. You have to have hope that you have a chance of not only beating this disease, but improving your quality of life, maybe even extending your lifespan. And hope is really the first part of faith, right? We have to have some sense of hope if we're going to have any faith at all. And that could be faith in a higher power, faith in God, faith in ourselves, faith in our immune systems, faith that things are going to get better. But it starts with that glimmer of hope. And any way you can find hope, find it through a functional medical doctor, through a book that you read, through a masterclass, through watching these videos, through connecting with Faith and Gratitude and going through their website and getting access to their resources. Any way that you can find that hope to help encourage your faith that things will get better, they can get better, that's the first part. Then gratitude. Gratitude is so, so important. And I know it's difficult as a newly diagnosed cancer patient to try and find gratitude in your life, but I can tell you it is one of the most important things you can do. And it's one of the most powerful commonalities amongst cancer conquerors, that they find little things to be grateful for. Just waking up, having family, having a roof over their heads, having access to information like this, and being able to connect and learn from others to help guide them on their path, finding things to be grateful for. Because we know scientifically what gratitude does is it actually puts us into not only a coherent heart space, but it starts to upregulate our immune system. And our immune systems are essential if we want to have a chance at fighting cancer. Dr. Thomas Lodi said it most famously in my documentary film. He said, there is a cure for cancer. It's called the immune system. And when you have a fully functioning immune system, you don't have to worry about a cancer diagnosis. And so when we're looking at cancer, we really have to take the immune system into play. And one of the things that I've discovered over the years about the immune system that most people actually don't even know today, even oncologists unfortunately don't realize this, that stress, anxiety, resentment, anger, fear, when we are feeling these emotions, when we're expressing these emotions, or we might even have them underlying our lives subconsciously, it actually suppresses our immune system. We are activating what's called the sympathetic nervous system when we're feeling those emotions, and the sympathetic nervous system is fight or flight or freeze. And what happens automatically, your body downregulates the immune system to put energy towards your survival system. Now that's good if you're, in a life and death situation. It's not good when you're trying to beat cancer. We need our immune systems fully functioning, as Dr. Lodi says. And so we have to discover ways to upregulate our immune system. And that means activating the opposite of our autonomic nervous system, activating our parasympathetic nervous system, para meaning above or beyond. And so when we activate our parasympathetic nervous system, we upregulate our immune system, and then our bodies are empowered to do what they're designed to do, which is heal itself. Of course, there's no guarantees. I never want to tell anybody that, if you do these things I share with you, your cancer is going to go away for sure. We know that. But we know there's hope, and we know there are so many incredible stories of what people call spontaneous remissions. I don't believe in spontaneous remissions because none of those remissions were spontaneous. They were intentional. I call them intentional remissions because these were people that did the very specific things that I've learned and what we teach through our programs, and then their cancer goes away. So when you change your diet, you heal your emotions, you heal your childhood adverse events, you sauna, you sleep 7 to 9 hours a night, you drink green juice every day, you eat a primarily plant-based diet, you eat organic, you get the toxins out of your life, and then 6 months, 8 months, a year later, the cancer's gone. That's not spontaneous. Your doctor tells you that's spontaneous remission. It just happened by luck. No, that was intentional remission. And so, yes, while there's no guarantees, there are so many things you can do. And that's why it's so important to continue educating yourself. It's important to continue deepening your knowledge, your bank of solutions, so that you can feel empowered to choose what is best for you. And so, again, talking about emotions and talking about the immune system, we have to discover ways in our life to find moments of peace. We have to make time in our lives for these moments of peace and tranquility and rest and relaxation and rejuvenation, because that's what's required to upregulate the immune system. And there's a lot of beautiful tools and resources to do that. We can engage in prayer, in meditation, in Qigong. There's a lot of ancient healing methods. There's sound healing. There's breath work. There's a lot of things we can do to upregulate our immune system naturally by activating our parasympathetic nervous system. And so just if you can remember this, the more stress, the more anxiety, the more fear, the more worry, the more doubt you feel, the more your immune system is not working. And the more peace, the more joy, the more love, the more gratitude, the more faith, the more hope, the more happiness, the more kindness that you feel, your immune system is upregulated. It's working, it's doing its job, it's going out there, it's putting out natural killer cells and T cells and B cells, it's gobbling up those cancer cells, it's getting them out of your body. It is working for you to try and help your body heal. Our bodies are amazing. Like, the design of our bodies are just incredible to think about because they have so many mechanisms of action working all the time to try and keep us alive, try and keep us surviving. And when we give our bodies the right environment, when we give our cells the right environment, when we give our bodies the right nutrients and the right energy and the right support, then our bodies do miraculous things. And that's where we see these incredible healings. Take Keisha Ewers, for example, a colleague of mine, and she told me a few years back. She found out that her son was molested by a babysitter that she hired when he was a child. And she didn't find this out until he was an adult, when he told her. And it totally devastated her. She had so much anger, she had resentment, she had guilt, and immediately she grew a breast tumor. She knew what that breast tumor was from. She knew it was from harboring all that anger and that guilt and that judgment and that hatred towards the babysitter, and even the guilt and hatred towards herself for thinking about, how could I hire somebody who did this to my child under my nose in my own house and I didn't even know about it? So literally within months, she grew a breast tumor, and she was living a very healthy lifestyle, which is why she knew it was from those emotions. She was smart enough to realize the power and importance of a forgiveness practice. And so she went deep into forgiveness, into forgiving the babysitter, the child molester, and into forgiving herself. And she had to do deep, deep forgiveness and heal emotionally. And she told me within 3 months that tumor was gone. Yeah, that's one anecdote, that's one story, but it's one story of hope. There are thousands just like hers. Veronique Desanier, a friend and colleague of mine. She was diagnosed with cancer a second time, even though she was doing everything right. The nutrition, the exercise, the sauna, the detoxification, all these things that we should be doing to help our bodies heal and thrive. But she got stressed and overworked for year after year. And the cancer came back, and it came back with aggression. And she knew it. And so not only did she continue her health practices, but she started meditating and trying different types of emotional healing. Not 10 minutes a day, but an hour a day, sometimes 2 hours a day, doing EFT and tapping and EMDR and therapy and emotional healing and finding time to take care of herself and take care of her emotions and keep herself in that parasympathetic state, keep herself feeling happy and healthy and peaceful. And guess what? The cancer went away. I could share with you story after story after story because these are stories of hope. They're stories of truth, stories of possibility, of people who have completely healed themselves, healed their lives, healed their bodies by having faith, finding gratitude, having hope, and then continuing their education, continuing learning about what can I do to detox? What can I do to clean up my diet? What can I do to put this cancer in remission? What changes do I need to make in my bedroom, in my bathroom, in my kitchen? What toxins do I need to get out of my soap and lotion? Did you know that the average soap and lotion and perfume and toothpaste and all these body care products and makeup and you name it that you're putting on and in your body every single day are literally filled with all kinds of toxins that are damaging your cells and potentially contributing to cancer? These are endocrine disruptors, meaning they disrupt your hormones. They cause chronic inflammation in the body. Some of them are probable carcinogens, meaning we even know that they probably cause cancer in some way. Certainly contributing to chronic inflammation, and we know that chronic inflammation is one of the underlying core causes of cancer. So some of the simple things that we can do is swap out the toxic products that we're putting on our body and in our body and swap them out for organic, clean, simple products. I primarily use one soap for just about everything. For shampoo, for skin, for washing hands, everything. It's an organic cast iron soap. You can even use it for laundry. You don't need 10 or 20 products. You can literally limit it down to a few. Organic, clean, get the chemicals out of there, get the aluminum out of there, get the toxins out of there, get the endocrine disruptors out of there. And be careful, don't buy something by what it shows you on the front of the bottle. The front of the bottle very often shows avocado or, it's made with fresh mint. And you look at the back and there's like 28 toxic ingredients. You can't name half of them. They come from a laboratory. That's not stuff that I want to put in my body. And the research I've done into toxins that contribute to cancer is so profound. There are literally hundreds of thousands of chemicals that we're swimming in every single day unless we consciously choose to clean them up out of our life. And we can do it. Some of these things are actually very easy. You could do it in literally minutes. Go to your bathroom, throw away everything that's not organic and clean, and then go get a simple organic toothpaste with no fluoride, get a simple organic soap that you can use for just about everything, get a simple organic non-aluminum deodorant, and you're halfway there. Think about your kitchen, your bathroom, all around your house, the chemicals that you're using every single day. What you put on your body and in your body becomes your body. I'll say it again because it's so important. What you put on your body and in your body becomes your body. Do you want to put clean, organic, healthy things in and on your body so your cells become clean and healthy? Or do you want to put toxic things in and on your body? Processed food, toxic chemicals, so that your cells become damaged, start to break down, and become cancerous. These are simple things. Unfortunately, we weren't taught in school, most of us. Unfortunately, we had to go through a cancer diagnosis, or a family member going through a cancer diagnosis, like in my own case when my grandpa was diagnosed, and I went to visit him and watched how much pain and suffering he was going through. And I quickly learned that his hair falling out and the tremendous pain that he felt even walking to the restroom 20 feet away was not actually from the cancer. It was from the chemotherapy and radiation he was receiving. And he shortly passed away after that in 2013. And feeling hopeless and helpless, I decided to do everything I possibly could about learning what causes cancer, why we make cancer in our bodies, and what can we do about it. And that's when I went into the peer-reviewed literature, researching thousands of pages in PubMed and research journals. That's when I went into interviewing hundreds and hundreds of doctors and cancer conquerors and producing documentaries and summits and books and master classes and all these things, because as I learned, I felt empowered, and I felt the need to share these things with other people, and other people have been empowered and have changed their life, and I still get emails to this day. We followed your programs, we watched your series, we went to your conferences. I've been doing this for over a year now, and my cancer is gone. You know, it's those kinds of stories that are so empowering and so inspiring to know what's possible when we have the right information. I'm not saying don't do chemotherapy and radiation. I'm not saying don't do conventional treatment. I'm just saying know your options. I'm saying educate yourself. I'm saying get multiple opinions, because the more you know, the better prepared you will be to make a right decision for your own health. The problem is you've been diagnosed with cancer. It's incredibly scary. You have cancer. Those are some of the most scary words a person can hear. Not to mention, if you get a prognosis where the oncologist says, you have 6 months left to live, we got to do treatment right away. What are you going to do? You're in shock. You're in terror. You're going to just do whatever the doctor tells you to do in most cases. Understandably so. Okay, we'll do treatment. You know, you don't even ask questions because you just trust your doctor has your best interest. They're going to give you the best treatment possible. The problem is our conventional medical doctors, as good-hearted as many of them are, they are not trained in natural medicine. They're not trained in holistic medicine. They're not trained in functional medicine. They're not trained in integrative medicine. They're not trained in all the other things you could be doing to empower your body to heal. It's not their fault. You can't judge them and blame them. They went to medical school, conventional oncological school to learn how to treat cancer, not knowing that majority of the textbooks that they're learning from are funded primarily from the pharmaceutical companies. I talked to a medical doctor yesterday. He said, yeah, you're absolutely right. I opened my textbooks and right there, sponsored by Pfizer, sponsored by Merck, right? The information they're getting is from the drugs that these companies are telling them they need to give to their patients. Well, these are billion-dollar and trillion-dollar companies. Do you think they want us knowing how to heal ourselves naturally with supplements and nutrition and diet and lifestyle and meditation and sauna? Of course not. They can't make money off of that. So again, I'm not blaming or judging them in any way. It's about education. And there are doctors who choose to get additional education outside of medical school, who go get certified in functional medicine, in naturopathic medicine, in holistic medicine. And these are the doctors who are my colleagues. These are the doctors I talk to every day. These are the doctors who are working with thousands of cancer patients around the world and getting incredible results. And still, they can't even guarantee any solutions for anyone, let alone your conventional medical doctor can't guarantee any solutions. That's the reality that we have to face. There are two other commonalities amongst cancer conquerors that have been studied scientifically. You might want to write these down. The first one is a complete and total acceptance of the diagnosis. Meaning, okay, you have lung cancer. You find a way to accept that fully without denying it, without blaming it on anybody else, but a full acceptance. All right, this is what I got. I got to deal with this. And you go into solution-oriented mindset, which is a term I coined where I teach how to empower yourself and focus your mind on solutions instead of problems. I accept this diagnosis. What can I do about it? The second mindset that is common amongst cancer conquerors is denial of the prognosis. So when you're told you have 3 months left to live, 6 months left to live, the ones who very often live years past that and actually reverse their cancer never accepted that prognosis. They said, nope, that's BS. I don't accept that. I'm going to do everything I can to empower my body to heal and beat this thing. So acceptance of the diagnosis, I've got cancer, what can I do about it? Denial of the prognosis. Nope, I'm not accepting that. I'm not accepting the 6 month, what I call fake expiration date. I don't accept that. I'm going to do everything I can to find a solution. And you might reverse cancer, or you might not, but you might extend your life. You might add more quality to your life. You might deepen your relationships with your loved ones, with your spouse, with your kids, with your grandkids. You might find a deeper purpose in your life. You might find a deeper spiritual connection. You might add a lot more quality to the years that you have left. And if that's what you gain out of this, then the diagnosis was much more than just a death sentence, because cancer does not have to be a death sentence. Cancer can be a wake-up call. And very often that's what it is. Very often the cancer conquerors that I talk to say cancer was a wake-up call. It actually made me look at my life in a whole new way and look at the things that were causing the problems in my life, the things that were causing me the stress, the things that were causing me the heartache, how I was destroying myself, my subconscious beliefs that were limiting me, how I was in a dysfunctional relationship and I allowed myself to be abused for years and years. I stayed in a job that I hated for too long. I was not living the life that I wanted to live. I was living somebody else's life and I was unhappy, and I changed those things. I stopped the job that I hated. I fixed the relationship that I was in. I fixed myself, meaning I started healing my own emotional traumas and childhood adverse events. And years go by and they go, my whole life has changed. Look, I still have the cancer, but it stopped growing. Or it's even gone into a little bit of remission. It's actually started reversing. But my life is 10 times better than it was 3 years ago. And so yes, it's work. Yes, it's going to take time. Yes, it's going to take commitment. Yes, you got to treat it like you're a professional athlete. Elaine Gibson, good friend of mine, grandmother in her 70s now, diagnosed stage 4 cancer. The doctor told her, you will not live to see your grandchildren grow up. Could you imagine being told that? You will not live to see your grandchildren. Could you imagine if she accepted that so-called prognosis from that doctor? But she didn't. She said, no way, you're wrong, watch me. And she got that fierce mindset. And she said, I went into training. I went into training like an athlete. I started juicing every single day, green vegetables and carrots every single day. I went on a 100% organic, raw food, plant-based diet. I spent an hour meditating every morning, an hour at night. I was doing all kinds of different kinds of meditations and emotional healing. I exercised every day. I did sauna. I filtered my water with the best water filter I could find. I filtered my air. I put plants in my house. I got the toxins out of my products. I went to town training. Stage 4 cancer. And she even did an integrative approach. She found a drug that had low side effects and a higher support for her body and for her cancer. And she combined that with a holistic approach, and she got incredible results. And she's still here today, years later, not only watching her grandkids grow up, but actually being there to play with them and to guide them and to support them and enjoy healthy, happy moments with them. So again, there's always hope, but we have to find the deeper underlying support from the people around us, the information around us, and that deep faith within that can guide us to find the right solutions. So to recap, if I had cancer, here's the things that I would focus on. And in fact, these are the things I do focus on every day for prevention of cancer as well. Number 1, heal my emotional traumas, heal my adverse childhood events and use all kinds of therapeutic approaches to increase my joy, increase my happiness, increase peace in my life. Meditation, Qigong, yoga, EMDR, EFT tapping, different kinds of therapies. Find what works for you and try new things. Number 2, clean up the toxins that are going in and on my body. So organic products, organic foods as much as possible, and get those toxins and chemicals out of the soaps and lotions and shampoos and deodorants and all these things. Number 3, as much of a plant-powered, plant-strong diet as you possibly can. So more nutritious plants into your diet. The cruciferous vegetables, the dark leafy greens, the broccolis and sauerkrauts, the fermented vegetables, which are fantastic, the mushrooms and onions, the powerhouse anti-cancer foods. My good friend Dr. Furman calls these G-bombs. These are easy to remember. Greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, berries, and seeds. Adding in as more of those into your diet as much as possible on a daily basis, and reducing processed food, getting processed sugar out of your diet. We know cancer feeds on sugar and it loves processed sugar, so reducing the processed sugar and the processed foods out of your diet as much as possible. In addition to that, find something that you can do to move your body every day, 30 minutes, an hour, something that you enjoy. You can walk for 30 minutes, get the lymphatic system flushed, which the lymphatic system moving in the body is essential for removing the toxins and allowing our immune system to function properly. Just go for a walk, get a rebounder, learn to play tennis, try a new sport, learn swimming, do cycling. Something can be low impact on your body, but moving, flushing, getting your heart rate up a little bit, this is essential for helping your body heal and thrive. And clean your water, clean your air, clean the toxins out of your home. This is essential. There's a study that was done where they looked at the air inside most people's homes that showed that it was actually more toxic than the air outside in a polluted city as big as New York City. So you're spending a lot of time indoors, clean that air. There's good air filters you can use, but even better, there was a study done by NASA where they looked at plants that can clean the air in your home and produce fresh oxygen. And they found that 1 plant per 100 square feet in your home is all you need to produce fresh oxygen. And we know cancer hates oxygen, and clean the VOCs and the toxins out of your air. So if you have a 2,000 square foot home, that's 20 plants, plus it makes your home beautiful to have the life in your home, and it cleans the air for you. Great water filter, as I said, and then clean the food, organic, always as much as possible. And I know there's a lot that you can do to help your body heal, and sometimes it can be overwhelming because you go, oh, I got to do this and this and this and this and this. What I recommend our cancer clients to do is take a look at your life and see what area of your life you need the most support with. What's the area of your life that you're struggling the most? Is it your emotional health? Is it your physical exercise? Are you not exercising at all? Is it your food? Are you eating lots of processed food and lots of sugar? Which area is it? And it might be all those areas, and that's okay. We don't need to judge yourself. But pick one area that you feel could be the low-hanging fruit for you. And if you're not exercising at all, that could be something as simple as, you know what, I'm going to go for a 20 or 30-minute walk every day. And start with something. Start with something and then build upon it, build upon it, build upon it. Is what I call stacking. And you stack, 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 stack. These are things that I teach in my book, Becoming Cancer Free. I teach it in my masterclass, and these are things that you can do as you start gaining momentum and you start feeling better. And then, oh, you know what, maybe I'll add in a sauna once a week. Oh, the sauna makes you feel good. Oh, you know what, maybe I'll start adding in some cold therapy. And oh, you start to feel good. That's boosting your immune system. You know what, I'm going to start adding in a green juice every single morning. Oh, you're starting to feel better with that. You know what, I'm going to start adding in these supplements that my functional medical doctor recommended. And we start adding that. Don't think supplements are going to solve all your problems, right? Supplements, I think, are 10 or 20% of the conversation. Focus on the big things that we addressed in today's class and add them one by one as you start seeing results. And have a great team of people in your corner supporting you that you trust, who are professionals at what they do, such as a functional medical doctor or a naturopathic oncologist that can support you making the right decisions. And I wish you the absolute most success in your healing journey.
Thank you for joining us today. You can learn more about Nathan Crane, his research, and the programs he offers at nathancrane.com. At this time, we would especially like to thank our sponsors for making this speaker series possible. For more education and empowerment during your journey to better health, visit us at faithandgratitude.org.